Hello everybody, hope that you are doing very well and welcome to this morning's technical analysis where we are going to be going over Bitcoin. I suppose we'll take a look at Bitcoin, we'll take a look at some Ethereum, we'll take a look at a few different altcoins. I hope that you are doing amazingly well. I'm feeling really happy, really good for this live stream. The last live stream that I done, I was like a grumpy old man. I was tired. Sleep deprivation is a thing in trading, but we are here today. I'm feeling really good, really positive. Hope that you're all having an amazing start to 2021. I mean, Bitcoin, the gift that keeps on giving. I think we can safely say that is the case, and up another 1% today. And, you know, we're starting to see some action in the altcoins. Everything right now is just looking really great. So I want to go over in today's video. Are we ready for another pump in Bitcoin? You know, are we looking for another move to the upside? Have we potentially topped out? Okay, so what's the likelihood in terms of probabilities? What's the probabilities that we have seen the high and we're heading down lower? Or do we reckon it's more likely to continue up? I'll give you my perspective on the charts. As always, if you do have any live questions during the stream, feel free to ask. And yeah, let's have a good time. 11:30 here in England today, the 7th of January, 11:30. I never normally do live streams at this time. I'm normally pretty busy trading, but today I just was like, you know what, I just want to relax a little bit this morning because for the past few weeks, you know, literally 9 to 5, I've just been trading. Well, actually a bit longer than that, but the whole day has just been trading. And I was just like, you know what? I want to take a little bit of a relaxed day today. So let's just do a live stream, you know? So there we go. You're all welcome. What's up, Trader R? Legend Trader R, absolute legend, brilliant trader. What's up, mate? I'm feeling good. I hope that you are too. Hello, Graham, Trader Bean, Yunez, another legend, Tom Jones, another legend, Red Heine, Cornolio, Samuel, Anna, how are you doing? Jedi Surfer, amazing times. Thank you for streaming. You're absolutely welcome. Hello, Paul. Hey. DC Hatch. Hello, mate. Attitude J. Sandra. Good morning to you too. Geo Rider. Thanks for the live stream. You're absolutely welcome. Ray Pitt, 50k. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. $50,000. Will we get it? No, I can't shill XR. I don't need to shill XRP because I'm sure a lot of people will do that for you. What's up? Chart champions! Hello, Igor, another legend. We've got the chat full of legends this morning. Igor, absolutely an amazing trader. That's all I can say. Amazing trader. The timings that he has, something very special. Dog walk, cold shower, bit of trading. Yeah, let's go. So Igor, when Igor speaks, everybody, you have to pay attention. You just have to. And Igor is saying 38,745 next. So we will have a look at this as we're seeing a bit of that rise. Igor speaks and price moves. We're used to it. Where will we up to? Hello, Christopher. Hello, Martin. Hello, Dario. Hope you're well, my friend. Captain Y. Mehmet. Hello, mate. Michael. Jian. Trader. Oh, we got Imi. Hello, mate. Hope you're doing well. Rich. Will. Biscuit. Hello, mate. Graham and Steve from Australia. All the way from Australia. What time must it be? It must be very late, or I suppose early for you in Australia right now. So thank you for joining us. That's very nice. We'll do the last two comments and then we will start here of hello, Jeremy. One day, my friend, and Willie. Hello, everybody. Hello. Good day, mate. Hello, Joel. It's been a very long time since I've spoken with you. I hope that you are doing very well and you're enjoying this move up. Yeah, I mean, here we go then. For me anyway, I'm long at the moment. I'm long enjoying this rise on Bitcoin. In my perspective, what we're seeing is a lot of well, let's begin with the where was the last video that I made? The last video that I made was, I believe, around the 3rd. I think it was the 3rd of January. I done a live. That was the last time I done a live stream. Oh, I just have to. I just saw it out the corner of my eye. I saw it out the corner of my eye. Linda, the love of chart champion, smash the like buttons. Linda and everybody here, smash that like button if you're feeling good about Bitcoin today. If you want these higher prices, let's smash that like button. Hope you're doing well. Let's begin then. So, pretty sure the last update that I gave you all was on the 3rd of January. That was a live stream. Obviously, since then, we gave away a lot of memberships. The winners, because I ended up deleting the live stream because, as I mentioned, I was very grumpy in the live stream, and I thought it was actually a live stream that I didn't want to keep up because I was too moody during the live stream, and I thought, oh, this actually was, I didn't really like it, so I ended up deleting it. But just so you're aware, for the live stream in this, we did pick the giveaway winners during that live stream. They have all received the prizes, but the giveaway winners were Anna, Bruno. We also had, let me tell you, I'll load it up because I have them noted, and then we'll go over the charts. But I just want to remind you all who were the giveaway winners, because we haven't, that live stream was basically removed by myself. So archive. These were the giveaway winners if you want to look at this. Hopefully you can see this okay. These were the giveaway winners as they come across your screen, and these are them receiving their prizes and being very happy about it. And the next one, so those were your giveaway winners. Okay. Yeah, so well done to those 4 people that had the free memberships. And yeah, with that said, then let's start. So Bitcoin. Let's just take a drink. Yeah. So I would just say I'm long at the moment. Yeah, I'm long at the moment. But yeah, what happened on the 3rd then? So obviously on the 4th, you saw this really big drop to the downside. So let's just first cover why. You probably all know by now, I suppose, but just so you can hear it from my perspective. Why did we bounce here? What was the reason that we stopped at this region of price? Okay, you can give yourself a quick few minutes to think. Why did we bounce here? Okay, what was the reasons that you might think that we bounced here? Okay, because there was technical reasons for bouncing here. Again, we're always thinking in probabilities. We're never going to be saying 100% this is going to happen, 100% certainty. You know, we definitely know what's going to happen next, but we can always think in probabilities. And so what were the probabilities that we were going to be bouncing here? Or what was the reason, I suppose, that we bounced here? Okay, some of you probably know. It was, in my opinion anyway, it was this gap that got closed. It at least gave the initial bounce. Okay, so this was a reason for, you know, why you were finding support around here. You opened with a really big gap to the upside. You got a really, you got a big move to the downside. You closed the gap. And then the secondary reason why you bounce there is because you have Victor MD, another legend, who when he does a circle on the chart, I also very much do pay attention to it. And Victor MD was giving the Vector MD. Sorry, it's because we got Victor as well. He was also giving that price bounce of around 82,250. And ladies and gentlemen, the actual low of that chart was 28,000, and he was looking at 28,250. He done an amazing call, but he's another one of those traders that when he says something, I do listen. There's a few traders in the group that they're just very, very, very skilled. So he obviously was looking at that 382 to the 0.5 Fibonacci level under resistance into the support. I was simultaneously looking at the gap that got closed there. I think that's enough reason to give you initial bounce, and you got the initial bounce. Okay, so that was obviously pretty nice. I'll show you this on the futures chart. Okay, so there was your gap on the futures. You closed the gap fully, and then you got your bounce. Okay, so this was obviously a pretty nice bounce, which in the end come back into that support, into resistance. So you had your support here, lost, bounced to fill the gap. You went into support, into resistance, and then where did you bounce? Well, really simply, the level that you bounced at after filling the gap, for me, was really simple why it bounced here. Really, if we're honest, really simply, you had this old resistance back into support here, but more importantly, $30,000. So $30,000, as we know, that was firstly a really big breakup space. And then you come back after filling the gap, getting the bounce into support, into resistance, coming back down to basically touch 30,000 once more. As you can see, the low here, basically 30,000, give or take $100. And you bounced off $30,000. So I think $30,000 is the real clear demand zone. There's a lot of demand at $30,000, and yeah, that's why you bounce there. You know, but that's history now. It doesn't really help anybody so much anymore. But that's at least you have a technical reason of why we bounced originally, filling the gap, and Vector just doing his absolute magic like he always does. And then you got your bounce up into resistance, into support. You come back down. You get the demand once more off of $30,000. Remember the last time we cleared it, you had a straight run of 15%. You come back, you retest resistance here of 30k into support, which is also going to be your fibs from here to here. You get support there, and then you get this reaction to the upside. Yeah, so I'm very bullish right now. I'm not going to lie. To be honest with you, I'm very bullish right now. A few factors on top of this which make me really bullish, and this is what's happened over the last 12 hours. I think the last 12 hours have been very key for me. Okay. The reason why these last 12 hours have been very influential, I suppose, of my decision of becoming even more bullish. And that was because of two factors, really. This right here, so this right here has made me bullish. And then this right here has made me bullish. Even more so, I suppose. Why are these 2 points on the chart making me feel even more bullish? You might be thinking this is a really random place and this is a really random thing. But to be honest, this one here especially has, well, it just made me feel very good about it, I suppose. So these two moves here. Well, no, let me explain. This first move here, the reason why I can now say, well, this is actually pretty bullish, is because we had this resistance here, okay? So we did have a resistance here. We can see that this was a big resistance, and you come up and you started to get this almost, well, you obviously been grinding up the whole day, and then you got a really big move to the downside, and that was a big move to the downside, 4% move. So what that done, 4% move to the downside, basically it's going to have stopped out a lot of traders, and people trying to long the breakout prematurely would have been liquidated, essentially. If they're trading with high leverage, they'd have been liquidated. So this has taken a lot of traders out of the game. Okay, but then from here, the resistance, you've broken it once again. Resistance into support, another move to the upside. So this is great. This was very bullish. Here you liquidated a lot of traders, and actually you just went into resistance support. Why was this then really bullish? Well, daily open. So if you want to look where the daily open is, the daily open was at the price. If we just mark out daily open, for me, a pretty key level. Okay, so you had the daily open right here. Okay, and I'm actually going to show you this on this chart because it's just so much cleaner. But let's just mark it out once more. Daily open. Okay, we had this. Okay, so we had this daily open here on this candle. And what you also had very nicely was, once again, this is over on Coinbase now, but you had a resistance or into support. Why did I really like this move down? To be honest with you, really, really simple. You take out the lows that were placed, stop losses were placed by all Asian session traders. So people that trade Asian session, they've been trading the last, 8 hours of the night. But then what you do is you start London session. Remember, London actually opens at 8 a.m. So right on London. And this is so, you can kind of like just tell the same patterns repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And this is why London Open is really important session to be trading, I suppose. But London session is really great opportunities every time you get moves off of London Open. So you open London at 8 a.m. and you actually flush down to go through daily open, to go through resistance into support, and to take the lows of all the Asian session traders. Yeah, that's really great, actually. I'll try and slow it down a bit. But basically, I feel that once again, you'll have liquidated a lot of traders on this move down. You'll have stopped out a lot of traders. So once again, there's going to be a lot of people not in a position. It's kind of like, yeah, it just kind of feels, this is just my perspective at the moment, but my perspective is that Bitcoin is getting these moves down, especially over the last 12 hours. You know, the last 12 hours are what I'm really referring to here, but really over these last 12 hours, I really feel as if these moves down are to take people out of the market, and then like continue upwards. Okay, so I'm under the perspective that we're going to push up here. And I feel really, I kind of just feel that people that are trading over leveraged, so people that are using this really high leverage, which is a lot of people, you have to remember why do people lose a lot of money in trading? You try and think this to yourself. Why do the majority of people lose money trading? Well, this is my perspective. A lot of people lose money trading in an uptrend. Remember, we're in a massive uptrend right now, yeah? We're in a massive uptrend. So how are people still losing money trading? Well, in my opinion, the number one reason why people lose money in an uptrend is because they're so over leveraged. You know, let's say Mr. Joe, he trades $100 normally. Okay, and that's absolutely fine, and he's happy trading $100. But then the uptrend starts, and he starts thinking, "Oh my god, I need to invest more money. I need to do more." And then he starts going from $100, and he goes into a times 50, and he's trading $500. You know, and price starts to move up, and he starts to feel euphoria. You know, absolutely, he's never seen so much money in his life. And then what happens is you get liquidation runs like this. Okay, you know, this isn't really a liquidation run, but this was just, I suppose, filled the gap. But this last night, a bit of a liquidation run, and you know, then suddenly his leverage position is either stopped at break even. You know, maybe he put a stop loss break even, or alternatively, he literally just gets liquidated. And you know, these people, they're over leveraged trading, but if they had just stuck to their initial risk management and not suddenly started to use more capital, then they'd be in the trade. But the problem is the same thing happens again and again and again and again, that people just put on way too much money and they over leverage. And the downside of over leveraging is that you do have to have these tight stop losses. You know, if you're trading, you know, times 50, times 25, you do have to have that tight stop loss, because otherwise you'll get liquidated, you know. So yeah, these moves, in my opinion, have really been like these liquidation runs. Stop out the higher over leveraged traders. You know, stop out the people that have really tight stop losses. You know, also it brings a bit of fear, I suppose. And then the cycle, in my opinion, is continue higher. And now I'm under the perspective, really, and until proven otherwise, I'm so much looking for higher. Yeah, I'm looking for about $42,000 next. Okay, so I'm looking for about $42,000. And then we'll go from there. Okay, we'll go from there. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna even try and like call the exact top, but I think $42,000. So we'll see how the reaction goes from here. But I think this at the moment is looking really great. So yeah, this is kind of my perspective on Bitcoin. I suppose you have a little bit of a, I suppose you do have a bit of a range at the moment, where you could say you have it like this. I'm not sure how much resistance you get up at the highs, but this is kind of what you have at the moment, I would say. You can kind of see how you've gone really from the low up to the high, down to the low. So maybe you get this rotation back up to the high. I'd be slightly cautious on the shorts up here, just because I'm like more bullish. But you do have to remember that you could still get the range that goes on here. But yeah, myself, I don't know. I'd be slightly cautious. Yeah, I would be slightly cautious on shorting here. And this is the thing, you know, the way that I would prefer to trade this at the moment, because I'm not interested in scalping this at all. I'm just not really interested in scalping at all today. So the way that I would trade this is I'd be absolutely, I'd actually be more than happy if it did reject here and it comes down to the lows. And what I'd do is down at the lows once more, I'd look to buy again, basically. So I don't have to trade the shorts. And it's just because I don't really like the shorting when we've seen a lot of bullish factors. You know, you have to think like, I don't know, my perspective on this is that I don't actually have to take that short, so I just prefer not to, really. And if it loses the channel, then that's more a short that I'd be more open to taking. Okay, so if we actually done this, so let's say we do continue to range here. I don't know, let's just say we do, even though, let's just say we do, and we continue to range, and we actually do something like this, and then it starts to do this, and it breaks the low of our channel, and it breaks down from here. This is actually where I'd more prefer to short at the moment. Again, it wouldn't be a swing short, it wouldn't be anything like this at the moment for me, but that's where I'd more prefer to short. So then I'm actually shorting a bit of weakness instead of shorting like literally the all-time high. It's just not something I want to do. So I'd prefer to short a breakdown of the channel rather than trying to time the exact high. I just don't really see the need. That's the way that I would prefer to approach this at the moment. And then if we actually do break down from here, well, the level that I am going to say for the downside, again, I'm not really certain that we can, we see this, but the level, nevertheless, I'll give it to you. Really, I'd be looking for around 34,150 to 34,200 if we break down from here. So you might want to write it down. 34,200. You also have support at $35,000. So really $35,000 to what I would say a low support of 34,000. Yeah, anywhere between 34 and 35,000 is where I would say you have the biggest support levels. But I'm not really, I'm not going to be looking down for those levels while we're actually even still in this channel. It's just something to be aware of if we break down from here. But at the moment, there's no need for me to think that we're going to, So yeah, that's kind of my Bitcoin perspective for you. I am very much long at the moment. I suppose it is. You could, this, you're going to have to make your own trades, make your own decisions. I'm not going to tell you what to do here, but this could be a take profit, for example. Could take profit as you're coming up to the high of the range. And then if you get a drop, you can literally buy back in. Let's say you're in a $100 position right now. When you're up here, so this is obviously, I would say, your take profit box. Let's just say you take $25 profit. So you're in a $100 long. Let's say you got the long down here on a swing failure pattern. You're in a $100 long from here. When it's coming up to here, you might say to yourself, okay, I'm going to take $25 off to 25%. If we actually break out, what you can do is just add on that $25, but you've protected yourself for if you do reject here. Or alternatively, you do something like this and you make your way back down to the low of the channel. And then you could, add on your $25 back down here and you can continue to trade the range. And each time you'll take your profits up at the high of the range. I don't know, this is just one strategy you can do. You don't obviously have to close everything or, that's just one thing you can do. But this, would be obviously a take profit. So you would look to take some profits here, right? I would say. And I'm gonna do it because why not? Ooh. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool. Rightio then. Rightio. Let's see what people are saying. Oh my, what's going on with the comments? Oh, we have a lot of comments. Let me just read through them a second. I will look at a lot of people asking for Ethereum. I'm already going to look at ETH, so you don't need to worry. I will look at ETH. Yes, we will look at Ethereum. No worries at all. We have a lot of people asking for Ethereum. I think you just got to approach it in a the best of your abilities anyway, of not getting emotional. Institutions. I think this is the thing that everybody's talking about at the moment. Like everyone's like, oh, the institutions are buying. You know, I just think, in my opinion, again, I honestly don't really care if people think I'm wrong, but in my opinion, I don't think you need to read into the institutions buying Bitcoin too much. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to say it's negative. Obviously, it's positive, but you cannot just approach this like, oh, the institutions are buying Bitcoin, so I'm just going to keep on buying and keep on buying and keep on buying. Because what you have to remember is that, you know, these people are not going to hold forever, and the way that institutions sell is they do try and create a lot of FOMO. So, you know, obviously they're going to have a price target. We're not going to try and, you know, speculate really where that is. But you do have to remember at the maximum amount, when the maximum FOMO is off, and you know, when everybody's really bullish, and every single news report that you read is like, Bitcoin's really bullish, they're buying another billion Bitcoin, limited supply, and everything that you read is only really bullish, then this is generally where, you know, those institutions that bought in much lower, this is where they're going to be offloading their bags. So what you have to think is, if, you know, if somebody's bought, you know, let's just say 10 billion Bitcoin, $10 billion worth of Bitcoin, for an example, and they bought $10 billion of Bitcoin at, you know, $10,000. Now we're almost at $38,000. You know, how does somebody sell $10 billion worth of Bitcoin without massively affecting the price? Because what you have to remember is, if you have 10 billion Bitcoin, you cannot just market sell it, because literally Bitcoin would drop all the way to $5,000, let's say. And, well, they'd be getting out with really little gains, because of the slippage on the market order would just be incredibly stupid. You know, no institution is going to do that. So how do they actually offload their position that they've bought at 10K at, let's say, I don't know, $50,000? Well, they're going to create so much FOMO that they can get out at limit orders, okay, relatively unnoticed, because there's so much market buying going on that they can slowly scale out of their orders. Okay, so you do have to remember the what, you know, just be aware of where, you know, everybody's talking about institutions. I don't really think you can make a I don't anyway think you can make a trade based off of the institutions buying, because you never know where they're even going to be selling. So you know, that's just something to bear in mind. Okay, that's just something to bear in mind. Obviously, yeah, in the short term, it looks absolutely great, and you know, that's just something I'd be aware of. 200 people. We have 400 people in here. Thank you, Linda. Let's see if we can get to 150 likes. So that would be pretty cool if we got to 150. If you're enjoying it, would appreciate that thumbs up. I think we might be breaking out a bull flag going to 40,000, 42. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm under the perspective that we're breaking up to about 42,000 as well. So I do agree with that comment. Daniel, go. Thank you, Bruno. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? I am glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Geo Rider, after being in other groups, how can anybody be trusted not to screw you on trades? There's a lot of dishonest people in this space. There is a lot of dishonest people in this space. So I suppose you just got to... one way that I feel... Well, let's see what other people reply, and then I'll reply. I'll give my perspective, because I don't want to give a biased view. We'll see if any other people back up. Can you? Yes, I am going to look at Ethereum. We will. How did you get your background color? I will show you this. We're at the year 1 yearly pivot. What do you mean by screw you? In Champions Discord group, we are here to learn from Daniel, and what make the journey wonderful is that we can exchange idea, technical analysis with other members. Amen. I do not mean this group. Other groups that are out there. It's hard to trust anyone after all the BS that is out there. How do you learn to trust others that are trading that you think you can listen to? Just start with the small trades and go from there. You will not find a better group. There are no other groups. This is it. we are going to look at Ethereum. I will... Oh, here we are. We're breaking out, by the way. This is brilliant. So this is breaking out at the moment. We have Peter saying... Chart Champions is all you need. The Discord group is amazing. So wonderful. Well, we have a lot of people looking very nice. Anyway, yeah, this is trying to break out. So we'll keep our eye on this. And it looks like a lot of people interested in ETH. So we will do that. But here we are. We're at another all-time high. So celebrations, no? What a brilliant day. What a brilliant day. Catching that together. We are at all-time highs on Bitcoin. Absolutely wonderful. $38,000. $38,000, ladies and gentlemen. And we're through it. Oh, what a day. What a day. $38,000. Okay. See if spot gets through 38,000. So what I like to be aware of is to see if spot breaks through 38,000 as well, because sometimes it will stall. You see here how we're trading 38,000 and spot actually has not breached 38,000. So this is something that I pay attention to. As you can see, you're pulling back. So one of two options here is that you actually breach 38,000 as well on spot, or you do more something like this and you actually either get the retests here and then break up again, or you're going to, alternatively look for like a fake out of the range and come down. So this 38k is pretty important. At the moment, it looks like at the moment it's retested. So at the moment it's broke. It's kind of done a retest of resistance, trying to claim it as support for another move to the upside. So you can keep your eye on that. But yeah, all-time highs. Pays to be long right now. Pays to be long. It's obviously it's struggling a bit with 38k, and I'm not really surprised because these psychological numbers, they do offer they do offer resistance. So you're getting a bit of consolidation. You're also getting a little bit of profit taking, so people are taking profits. As soon as I woke up this morning, I did feel really bullish. Simply, I kind of explained it earlier. I really felt that we were going to get this move up, really simply because of this. It was like, okay, so we took the lows here at 820. I'm seeing this and I'm thinking, okay, this is really bullish. That obviously paid out well, because now we're up at the top of the range. And now really simply the way that I would approach this is I'm going to see if we get through 38k. If not, and we come back into the range, and you might put in the higher low here, but you'd at least look for another retracement here. But at the moment, literally as it stands, it's kind of a resistance trying to flip that into support, isn't it? So there you go. So it looks pretty decent in my opinion as it stands. Trying to see if we break through $38,000. If we just mark out 38,000, because that's obviously a really key level right now. Mark it out here. 38,000. That's your resistance currently. See if we can breach it. I do love it. I do love it. all my apps start pinging at me saying all-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. Oh wow, what a day. Let's see then. You're up on it to the absolute dollar. See if we can get through that sell wall. Should we see how much of a sell wall there is? Oh, we're through it. We are through it. I was just about to check to see if there was a sell wall or not, but Yeah, you're through. So you're through 38,000 now. Next sell wall is coming in at $40,000, which has just been put up there. Don't really care about all these really small trades. But yeah, you got a sell wall at $40,000 there. Okay, so the futures are already trading above $40,000. Okay, so your futures are trading at $40,100. So futures are trading above 40k already. They've got sell walls 40,500. There's no massive sell walls, but you got a little bit of sell walls really over at 40k, 39,250, 256. Not massive volume on the break, really. But there you go. This is obviously well, you threw 38k. So really, I'm not going to be like trying to overtrade this. To be honest, I'm going to really be staying a bit patient, looking for 42k. Okay. Well, what a start to the day, eh? What a start to the day. What are you all planning to do with your profits? This is the one thing that I will say. That it is sensible to take profits, even in a bull market. You might think, oh, how can you take profits? You know, what are you all planning to buy? Because what I think you should do is, personally anyway, I think you should set yourself a goal. Maybe that goal is you want to buy, I don't know, you want to buy something, you know, you're saving up to buy a PlayStation 5. You know, maybe your goal is to get enough money to buy a PlayStation 5. And then so once you've reached your goal of, let's say, 700 quid, once you've reached that goal, take the money out, you know, and pay yourself, treat yourself. That's what you got to do. You got to pay yourself. When you hit these goals, don't just keep it in and keep thinking, oh, a bit more, you know. Trading's going to be here next week. Trading's going to be here next year. Trading's going to be here in 10 years time. So if you don't enjoy these sort of goals, then you're actually not trading correctly. So you do have to take money out at your goals and targets, you know, when you're trading. So whether that's wanting to buy a PS4, PS5, whatever, you know, pay yourself. Whether that's because you want to buy a car, pay yourself. Literally today, pretty much, I have been buying a house. So I've bought another house. This is what I like to invest my money into, is physical assets such as the housing market. So I've bought a house, so that's pretty cool. I actually put the offer in on this house a few months ago, but then because of the solicitors are very, 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 very slow because of I suppose because of coronavirus, Christmas breaks, New Year. I've been waiting around on this for a few months and there's been like no progress. But that's one thing that I'm doing, buying a house. This is just for a portfolio. I'm not going to live in it, but that's one thing that I'm doing, which is pretty cool. And there's nothing else that I really want to buy, if I'm totally honest. There's literally nothing else I really want to buy. What I like to do is diversify my portfolio. So I will take money out of crypto and I'll put it into other assets. So I won't keep all of my money specifically always in crypto. I like to diversify a little bit. So when we do get like really big moves up on Bitcoin, I can either diversify within the cryptocurrency space. For example, as you all know, I put a lot of money into Ethereum. Well, wasn't so much, I suppose, but put money into Ethereum, put some money into EOS. We'll have to see how that one performs. I obviously put some into Link. We'll have to see how that performs. But, you know, I've put some money inside of the cryptocurrency space, taken it out of Bitcoin. Obviously, I'm still long on Bitcoin as well. But what I think is really sensible idea is to diversify your portfolio, so you're not only exposed to cryptocurrency, although obviously it's the best performing asset at the moment. You know, so you don't want to take everything out, but well, you can do what you want. I wouldn't take everything out, but you know, you can diversify, put some into stocks and bonds, put some into just, you know, currencies, put some into developing countries. What I've been doing lately, I don't know how much people are interested in this, but what I've been doing lately is diversifying outside of the UK. I don't really feel that UK and US stocks are like the best longer term investments for me anymore. So I've been diversifying outside of the country. So if you're interested in like some up and coming countries that are really good investments at the moment, obviously you're going to have to try and get some sort of, likely you're going to have to try and get some sort of residence permit or something, you know, open a bank account in these countries. But two places that I can, you know, say that I'm looking at and have got money in, I've got money in Georgia at the moment because their interest rates. So what's really good about Georgia, you know I'm not commentating on Bitcoin, but for me, I'm really not really worried about this. If we get a pullback, I'm just going to buy more. Basically, this is profit taking. So people are just taking profits on their longs. And that's what, you know, when people take profits on their longs, price declines. So this is not really bearish at the moment. People are just taking profits, you know, it's expected. So this is nothing to be worried or scared about or anything like this. You know, I'm not really worried at the moment or anything. This looks good for me, in my opinion. This looks absolutely fine at the moment. So, yeah, where I was going is what are the reason why I like Georgia is because I have got a bank account there, and they're paying 9% interest. So the money is quote unquote safe because it's just sat in a bank account, and you know I can hold it for a year and they'll pay me 9% interest on the money, and it's really, really, really low risk in my opinion. Really low risk. You know, because it's just sat in a bank. 9% a year. You know, that's pretty good interest. So yeah, I like Georgia for that. Obviously, you're gonna have to try and open a bank account there. You know, you got some up and coming countries such as, you know, I've been hearing a lot about Cambodia. Apparently Cambodia is like this next up and coming really good investment. But I just think like looking outside of the Western countries is pretty good idea. Now you've got some longs coming back into the market. But yeah, I'm pretty content. I'm very content, to be honest, with the move up. It looks nice. It looks nice, to be honest. Plans to pay off my mortgage. That's a really, really good idea. Yeah, paying off the mortgage. I mean, wow, what a dream, I suppose, for a lot of people. Pay off the mortgage and not have to worry about that debt. I thankfully can say I'm totally debt free, but I can imagine if you have a debt of a mortgage, it's going to be, you know, something you can't forget about. You can't really enjoy or go and do a lot of things that you might want to do because you have to pay the mortgage every month. You know, yeah, I can imagine that's a really, really great target, you know, paying off the mortgage. Don't get married. God bless you, Dan. Changed my life. That is amazing to hear. That is really, really, really good to hear. Thank you so much. That is brilliant. I'm looking at about 42 grand. Little rewards give you a dopamine rush and it's very addictive and motivating. So it's a great idea. It's why gaming milestones and social media likes are addictive. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. There's no way I'm going to like, you know, I have a lot of money invested in crypto. Well, it's not really invested, but I have a lot of trading capital in crypto. But I'm not going to like get to these levels and I'm like, that's it. I'm closing everything. Because now I'm obviously still in the medium term expecting higher prices. So it wouldn't make sense to close everything. But what I can do is like, you know, close down a percentage, move that to the bank, you know, do something else with that money. Or I can just, you know, what I actually done on this rise was I actually closed a lot of my long here. Because this for me was a high term time frame resistance. If you can remember back on the 3rd of January, this was my channel resistance. I closed, you know, this is where I took profits. We actually got a really big decline. So that was very sensible. But what I've done now, I've added on the profits that I've taken back onto the market. So you see what is a sensible idea, in my opinion, that you can take profits at resistance. And if you get through that resistance, add back in. You know, there's no shame in missing out on that, the bit where you take profits to the bit where you're through resistance. You know, there's no negative, bad stigma about that. You know, it's a sensible thing to do, I think. And yeah, we'll look at Ethereum now then. So yeah, I think Bitcoin's looking fine at the moment. I'm not really worried. My perspective is that if we pull back again, I'd absolutely be more than happy to just buy more. Essentially trading this trend. You know, we're just trading the trend. So if we pull back for another higher low, you know, continue to buy and keep making these higher highs and higher lows. It's very great. Indeed, you know, it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's looking really great, to be honest. Yeah, so Ethereum. Ooh. Well, Ethereum actually is really interesting where the level where we're at. Yeah, I mean, this one is crazy. Obviously, I'm long on Ethereum, and I think it looks good. You're currently up against this weekly, which is at $1,215. If you breach this, the next level I'm looking for is $1,365. It kind of looks like it's consolidating under resistance, as if it wants to break upwards again. So you kind of got this consolidation almost under resistance. It really looks like it wants to break up. If you break up, I would say you're looking towards that next weekly, which is another 12%. That's massive. Okay, so Ethereum I think looks really great. So you are at weekly, and you can see the resistance that you're getting off of this. If you clear weekly, I think you're looking up for 1,365. Obviously, your support is at $1,105 being the monthly. So you've almost got some really important levels. So I'd say Ethereum is at resistance at the moment. If you can clear this, I think you've got a really easy, nice run for 1,365. If we reject from here, I think you look down for $1,105. So I wouldn't trade Ethereum where it is now. I wouldn't long Ethereum because I wouldn't want to long into this weekly. And I wouldn't want to short Ethereum because I'm not actually bearish on Ethereum. I'm still bullish on Ethereum. But I'd prefer to just, I'm already long on Ethereum, you know, so I'm kind of, I suppose, a bit lucky where I don't have to make a trade at the moment. So I'm long on Ethereum, and I'm looking for, hoping, I suppose, for this to break through the weekly. Eventually, might make another higher, you know, another drop here before we break through. I'm you know, going to be searching for that on the midterm. But yeah, I think Ethereum looks pretty nice. We're forming this consolidation range. If we drop, I'd buy more Ethereum as well. So again, I'm kind of approaching this on the dips. For me, I'm happy to buy the dips at the moment. So I'd look to buy Ethereum once more at 1,105, or I'd add to my long position at 1,105. I'd be looking to ultimately take this up to $1,365. Bitcoin pulling back slightly here. It's slightly pulling back on a lot of profit taking. So this is just profit taking. So this is not actually people shorting here. So people have not shorted this drop, but this is people that are in longs getting stopped out. Okay, or just closing their long positions. You know, people have just closed their longs basically. So it's nothing, you know, that's the reason of the drop. Really simply, the price has dropped here because people closed their long positions. People are not actually shorting it. So yeah, for me, it's okay at the moment. But yeah, that's the reason if you're interested in that. Stock market, consolidating, gold, consolidating still. I'm also in silver because I think silver has been great recently. Okay, you obviously come down for those lows. Silver, I mean, I think silver's really nice. But UK, okay, UK. I mean, the UK went into lockdown and then it pumped. I don't know. It's pretty funny. So yeah, the UK looks good. Let's see what people are saying then. So yes, Mike has a Twitter. obviously I'm banned on Twitter, but Mike is the guy, is the coach at the moment inside Chart Champions. I'm sure you'll know him. He's done a few public videos here. So yeah, give Mike a follow over on Twitter. Magic Mike CC. That was his. This is his long position currently from 36,665. As you know, we just hit 38,000. Caught the lows, took profits at the top, and that's how a day trade can turn into a swing trade. Stay safe, trade safe, and stay humble. What a trade! Well done, Mike. Give Mike a follow, everybody. He's the new Twitter guy. As I got totally permabanned from the website. So yeah, Mike's the new guy on Twitter. What are other people saying in here then? No, people are mad at my or don't like my Georgia investment. Regarding the interest in Georgia, if the deposit is in local country, then the high interest rate will be offset when you do. I've got it in the local currency. I've got it in the local currency. And 8% isn't that much. You can get more sitting in many stable coins, stable US stocks like X. The key here is diversification. I am invested in the stock market. Money is safer and better than 8% sitting in Apple. I'm long on Apple. I'm long on Apple. I trade the stock market. I trade the stock market every day. Well, I'm more in, I guess, more long-term trade the stock market. So I am already long on Apple. Apple is one of my longs on the stock market. So obviously I know I'm making more money in Apple than I am sat in the bank just getting interest, but 8% is a lot. For me, I'm content with 8% a year. Some people might think that that's really, really, really bad, but for me, 8% inside of a diversified portfolio where this is just an allocation of the funds that I've got, I'm happy with that, just sitting there making 8%. I don't know. So again, people are going to approach things in different ways. Obviously, if you've got, I don't know, if you've got $1,000, you're not really going to be happy with 8%, I suppose. But if you put a sizable money into these sort of things, then I don't know, 8% for me is, I'm pretty content with it. Yeah, like this guy would have to disagree with you there. Virtually guaranteed that money in the bank, and with most other safe haven traditional assets returning pretty much nothing, i.e. bonds, 8% on a bank account. Yeah, in my opinion, it's obviously I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not telling anyone else to put their money there. But I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. So yeah. Why was Daniel banned on Twitter? I got banned on Twitter. I actually don't even know why. I was never really given an answer, but I got banned on Twitter. Basically, yeah. I went. This is how I got banned. I done nothing against the rules. I done absolutely nothing against the rules. But I was posting videos of me actually live trading. So every video, I done a video like every single day, which was for about 2 weeks. So every single day I uploaded a video of me trading, and it was like I was making about 10 grand on each video. And it went on for about 2 weeks. Like every single day I was posting the video. And then suddenly I just got banned. And I'm pretty certain I got banned because I had a lot of people report me, either for like giving advice when you're not allowed to give advice, or I don't know. But I got banned after doing a string of videos of just trading, of just showing. It was actually not even like telling people what to do, but it was just like showing profits. And literally then I got banned after 2 weeks of doing that. And I was on Twitter since 2011. So I was on Twitter for 9 years, no problems at all. I was posting a lot of trading stuff for 9 years. And then suddenly I do a 2 weeks of posting like these videos, and then I got perma-banned. And I never had a response from Twitter. I really don't care. Honestly, I don't care. But yeah, that's why I got banned. Well, that's why, in my opinion, I got banned. Yeah, I'll cover EOS. I'm pretty interested in EOS. Lots of people get Lots of people trying to give advice to someone times 1,000 richer than them. I appreciate people saying their opinions. Obviously, it's, I'm not gonna change my investment strategy from what somebody says on a YouTube comment. But people are entitled to their own opinions. But I'm not gonna. To be honest, I'm not really gonna take. I'm not gonna withdraw my investment because somebody on YouTube says it's a bad idea. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like it's really, yeah, I don't know. I'm just content with it. Here's to making our first million this year, guys. Amen. I'm sure Bitcoin can make a lot of people millionaires this year. Cambodia is great, but the Chinese are buying everything, so you got to be fast. Twitter don't deserve me. I think Flood paid people to take you down. This is, yeah, that's that. Yeah. I remember we had some to be honest, I know that I did annoy a lot of people on Twitter. People really did not like me on Twitter. I called a lot of people out on Twitter. I think that there's a lot of people on Twitter that do not trade. So Twitter is full of analysts, e.g. people that can do really good charts. And this is something that I preach. I will say this every single day sort of thing. Like, there are a lot of people on trading in general. Okay, so this is really important. For me, it's a massive, massive, massive thing. In trading, in the space of trading, there's analysts and there's traders. So it's very easy for me to sit here and say long Bitcoin. It's very easy for me to say I'd long Bitcoin here. And then there's actually putting money on the line and actually longing. Okay, so there's a really, really, really big difference between analysis and actually putting money on the line. It's a two totally different set of skills, and the skill of actually putting money on the line, it is such a psychological difference. For example, just so you can actually know that I'm telling the truth here, I suppose, and I'll show you a trade that I'm in right now. I need to log into the right account. 1 second, but just so I'll actually show you to back up my words as I explain this point, I need to go into the right account. But for me, there's a really, really, really big difference, yeah, between doing analysis and just putting on a pretty chart and then actually having really, money on the line. And the thing that I was calling people out on Twitter is because people put up all these charts, but nobody actually trades. Like, nobody was doing what I do with showing real results, putting on real trades, making real money. Nobody does that on Twitter or YouTube. So that's something that I do think, how can you know someone's a good trader if they don't do that? Because analysis is so much different than trading. There's a massive, massive, massive difference. Okay. There's a massive, massive, massive difference. I'm just going to do it on my phone. Easier. There is such a big difference. Okay. Really, really, there is. A big, big, big difference. So you can see here, I've already taken profits on this and stuff, but this is just a trade that I entered this morning. As you can see, this was entered this morning. Don't know how well you can really see this. It's not going to focus in properly, is it? I don't know how well you can see that, but that's $4,500 profit. This morning from a trade that I took on one of my many accounts. You can probably see that a bit better. That's just to show you though that I actually put my money where my mouth is, and I actually trade. That's for me well, I've already taken profit on that one. So that today that's up $10,000. That's just I'm not really so bothered about it, but I'm just showing you that, I actually do trade my analysis. Whereas there's many, 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 many people that will not, that will put out the charts, but they won't trade, they won't actually put money on the line. Or if they do, they'll put on like $1,000 and it's like, okay. But the thing is, that's the one thing that to verify whether someone's actually trading, you got to say to them, okay, then can we actually see some of your accounts? Can we see some of your results? because it's very, very, very easy for me to say buy here, sell here, and put on a chart on Twitter or YouTube. But there's a massive, massive, massive difference between me saying do this and then the person that's actually putting on the money on the line and actually trading. There's such a massive difference between analysis and trading, like massive, 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 massive difference. And I feel that there's not many actual traders, or people like to pretend they're traders. People like to pretend they're making money trading, but I don't actually think a lot of people, even on, you know, I from what I saw anyway, there was a lot of people on Twitter, hundreds, you know, 50,000, 60,000 followers. They weren't trading. You know, it's so obvious they weren't trading, but they like to pretend they are. Anyway, that's the end of that. You know, people can do what they want. You know, it doesn't really affect me in any way. But that's why I think I got banned on Twitter. But over. Yeah. So there we go. I will cover EOS then. Another one that I've been in from the monthly. So I managed to get a position on Link. I managed to get a position on EOS. I managed to get a position on Ethereum at really, really low levels. Again, I'll show you these results. I'll show you the original ETH, because this was a special trade. This really was a special trade. What was this, on the 23rd? I think I originally longed ETH. Yeah, so this was back on the 23rd. I was saying 575. You've all seen this. I've talked about this one a few times, but this was the trade that I got in on ETH, and I'm still holding positions on ETH from this original entry. But that was longing ETH for about $600,000 at $566, and we're at nearly 1,000. Well, I've made over 100% gains, and that's on a position size of $600,000. So yeah, safe to say that was an amazing trade, but that was given to the group at $566. We now sit at $1,000. Okay, $1,000. That's where I was giving that trade. So over 100% gains, over 100% gains. That's ETH. I'll show you now Link. Link is another one that I got into. Took profit. So this is amazing. This is going to blow your mind. Yeah. So yesterday I was taking profits, and that's 40% gain on Link in 1 week. I will now take profits. Okay. Look where I'm taking profits. We go back to the original post. Bought some ETH on the 3rd of January. Where was I buying? At the very low of the move. Now, shall we take a look at Link? Sorry. That's where my post was, buying Link. Yeah. This is amazing. You've got to be impressed. That's where I was telling everyone I was buying Link, at the very low. What was I doing then yesterday? I was telling everyone I was selling, take profit on Link. And what, shall we take a look at Link? That was the absolute high. So on Link, I bought the exact low and I sold literally the exact high. That is amazing. Come on, that's amazing, because the percentage gain on this was a 40% gain in 3 days. In 3 days, 40% gain. That was an amazing, amazing trade. Okay. And the people that got in that with me, well, there you go. 40% in a week. Gave the entry and, well, got that take profit at the absolute high. Absolute high. And from selling Link, that is down 12%. So you can see there how important it is to take profits. But also, I got on EOS. Actually, I got in. I'm underwater on EOS, so my position on EOS is actually in red at the moment. To be honest with you, so I made a lot of money on Ethereum. I made a lot of money on Link, but I'm losing money on EOS at the moment. So there you go. You know, it's not all winners. But I got in EOS last night, literally. So I'm down about 2.5% on Link on EOS at the moment. But I kind of just view this as might be a nice long-term trade. I don't know. For me, it was like, okay, well, I'm risking down towards the low. You know, so I've got a bit of risk on this trade, but I've got a lot of upside potential if the alts want to take off, you know. So yeah, I'm underwater though on you know, I'm in the red currently on EOS by about 2.5%. But I kind of view it's got a potential. Again, there's no 100% guarantees. Maybe I lose this trade. I'm comfortable with losing the trade. You know, if it loses, it loses. But I just kind of view it as, you know, we've been hitting these monthly levels and they've been giving really, really great reactions. So, you know, let's see if EOS gets the reaction off the monthly. Link has got 40% bounce. Ethereum got 100% bounce. And let's see how EOS goes. Obviously, EOS is a beaten up coin. This is really, really bad looking coin. But, you know, the way that I kind of view it is I like to do long-term things on something that looks absolutely destroyed. I suppose the lower something is, the most opportunity there is on it. So I can say that there's a lot of opportunity on this, but there's also the fact that it might actually just not go up. It might just die here. And, you know, if it dies, it dies. You know, I don't know. I lose about 50 grand on the trade, but yeah, that's absolutely fine. I don't really mind. So yeah, that's EOS. And it's really simply just from buying something that's very, 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 finding a little bit of support. So we have gone our low, high, high, low, high, high, looking for the high, low, really. And I have got hard targets such as 100, you know, at least up to that, you know, 60%. So not really a difficult reasoning for my EOS long. Oh, 12:30. I do need to go for something to eat in a second. I'm getting a little bit hungry. But how about that for the start of the day? I'll do the last few comments here and we'll see what we got. Yeah, Twitter. The thing, the reason why I think you have to was literally like I was saying. I don't think hardly any people actually trade there. So I just think you got to be really careful. Like listening to somebody that doesn't even have money on the line is dangerous. You got almost a 50% like rate on the stream. That's how many likes to dislike ratio have we got on this stream? Should we take a look? We have got going on here 186 likes to 2 dislikes. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Twitter, I do appreciate that a lot. I suppose I'll end by saying, you know, if you're interested in chart champions, you can come across to our website. From the website, we've obviously got a mentorship package, which is filled of, you know, educational content. I'll give you a quick preview of what we got. We've put in a lot of effort and time into this. But what we have are contenders videos, champions videos. This is live trading, so you can see me going in here and live trading, doing setups. The contenders videos are educational content. We then have checklists, cheat sheets, where you've got cheat sheets on your different patterns, open interest, you know, cheat sheets essentially. We've got the glossary of all the terms. And then we've got the learning modules. So the glossary is a glossary. And then we've got in here, for example, you want to learn about the footprints. So what we're looking at here, let's say you don't really understand what I'm doing here. Well, I teach it all, you know, I've taught it all. And then within here, let's say you wanted to learn about Delta, where you click on Delta. From within that, you have a live stream dedicated to that, okay, which is going to be talking you through it. And then obviously below that, we've then on top of this all, we've wrote out all of the cheat sheet almost below it, all of everything with timestamps, what's happening in the video, when, and more information about the subject. This is for every single video, by the way. Took a lot of time and effort. But yeah, that's what we got inside of the educational group, if you're interested. And then obviously on top of the educational side for the champions, you've got these live updates. I mean, over the past week, I called Link. That made a 40% rise to the upside. And obviously I sold the high. I called Ethereum, buying Ethereum at 500, basically $560 to $590. That went up to, well, obviously it's still going in my opinion. I've done EOS, that's down 2.5%. So that's taken a loss. Well, it's currently taking a loss, might turn into a winner. And obviously every single Bitcoin trade. And that's a lot. There is a lot of Bitcoin trades. And then that's it. That's it over the past few weeks. I've called nothing more, nothing less. So the results are very good. But yeah, there you go. So I hope you're all enjoying. Hope that you've thought, yeah, I saw about this yesterday that was going on. That's just crazy, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this analysis, really, or this rundown of what's been happening here. I'm not really worried about this high at the moment. In my opinion, this is profit taking. There's not really a lot of aggressive shorts coming on here, so for me, that's absolutely fine. Thank you so much for those likes. I really do appreciate it. You know, it helps out the channel. The thing is with YouTube, it's fairly hard to reach people unless you get the interactions and stuff. So I honestly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope that I've offered you some insights into how I trade. So I suppose we'll give a bit of a rundown. I will give a overview of what we've covered today and how it could have been helpful. So, well, originally I was talking about how I was content with the moves down that we've seen recently and how, in my opinion, that's got people out of the market. And now there's a lot of people missing all the move. That's pretty good in my opinion because I'm pretty bullish. I talked about the breakout, how we saw profit taking coming back up. We talked about, a bit off topic this, but how I personally think it's very important to make a target and having a diversified portfolio. Again, I'm diversified in many different assets. This is a sensible thing to do in my opinion. Again, some people are going to say this is right or this is wrong, but in my opinion, it's very sensible to be diversified. And again, this can be diversified outside of your country. And yeah, my opinion on where Bitcoin, I'd like it to head towards. Okay, and as long as we hold the market structure, I don't see any reason why I can't hit my upper side targets. Obviously, you do have that sell wall at $40,000. I'll be a bit aware of that, I suppose. But yeah, that's today's video, I suppose. So yeah, I need to go and get something to eat. It's 12:30 and I'm absolutely starving. So I'm gonna go get something to eat now. I hope you've all enjoyed. Thank you ever so much, and I'll catch you in the next video that we do. So cheers everybody. Have a brilliant week. Love this, and make some money. Cheers everybody. Thank you and goodbye. Cheers.